A woman immediately got together with a junior after breaking up with her boyfriend. The junior was very attentive to her and wanted to have sex on their first night out alone. Joo Eun-ho is a news anchor. During her relationship, she liked to act spoiled and willful with her boyfriend. Her favorite thing was making him choose between herself and various commitments. They spent 8 sweet years together. Today, the head of the news department asked Joo Eun-ho to take over the 4 p.m. live broadcast. She refused, as she is a morning news anchor and has worked hard to make it successful. She couldn't give it up easily. The head insisted, but Joo Eun-ho suggested it was the era of Danmae and recommended choosing a male anchor from the afternoon broadcast to partner with another male anchor for the live show. The head was very angry. At that moment, a male anchor volunteered to take over the afternoon slot. It was Jung Hyun-oh, Joo Eun-ho's ex-boyfriend, who they had recently broken up with. Hearing this, the head initially tried to dissuade him since Jung Hyun-oh was a star anchor and the afternoon slot had low viewership. Jung Hyun-oh insisted, claiming since Joo Eun-ho couldn't be persuaded, he would host it himself. The head became desperate and loudly demanded that Joo Eun-ho convince Jung Hyun-oh to give up. Joo Eun-ho approached Jung Hyun-oh, thinking he still had feelings for her. Jung Hyun-oh said he was doing it just to avoid awkwardness. Joo Eun-ho still urged Jung Hyun-oh to let go of his love for her sooner. Jung Hyun-oh compromised first, stating he liked the morning slot and would try to move the afternoon broadcast to the morning so Joo Eun-ho could continue in her early shift. Joo Eun-ho mocked Jung Hyun-oh, doubting he could do it, but Jung Hyun-oh managed to change the program timing. The original senior had no time to host, so Jung Hyun-oh had to replace him. Joo Eun-ho became self-absorbed again, falling into the illusion that her ex-boyfriend still loved her. To get revenge on her ex who had harshly broken up with her, Joo Eun-ho decided to become extremely beautiful. She did as she said and showed up at the next live broadcast with exquisite makeup and a captivating hairstyle. Unexpectedly, Jung Hyun-oh did not yield to Joo Eun-ho and stole her closing line. Joo Eun-ho did not back down and stepped on Jung Hyun-oh with her high heels. After the broadcast, the staff wrapped a jacket around Joo Eun-ho's lower half because her skirt had torn. The staff then mentioned that if Jung Hyun-oh hadn't stolen the line, the camera would have captured Joo Eun-ho's skirt tearing. Joo Eun-ho began to fantasize again, still suspecting that Jung Hyun-oh had feelings for her. Junior Moon Ji-on had a crush on Joo Eun-ho and hoped she would stop disliking Jung Hyun-oh. In Moon Ji-on's view, Joo Eun-ho's dislike was actually an obsession with Jung Hyun-oh. Suddenly, Joo Eun-ho suggested going on a date with Moon Ji-on. Delighted by the goddess's initiative, Moon Ji-on scheduled the date for this weekend. Their conversation was overheard by Jung Hyun-oh. During a meeting, Jung Hyun-oh deliberately asked the staff about the weekend's work schedule. Learning about a shoot related to marine trash, he immediately instructed to send Joo Eun-ho there. The staff thought no one would want to film such a low-grade program, but Jung Hyun-oh was confident that Joo Eun-ho would participate. Indeed, Joo Eun-ho agreed very promptly. This time the shoot was set for 14 minutes. Having been an anchor for 14 years, he had never monopolized the screen for so long. However, due to scheduling over the weekend, Joo Eun-ho had to cancel his date with Moon Ji-on. Surprisingly, Moon Ji-on planned to go with Joo Eun-ho, and they might even share a room. On Saturday morning, the production team contacted Jung Hyun-oh to report that Joo Eun-ho brought Moon Ji-on to the filming site. The shoot was scheduled for 2 days and 1 night, leading everyone to suspect the two were dating. On hearing this, Jung Hyun-oh immediately got up from bed and requested that the shoot be completed within the day. Following Jung Hyun-oh's instructions, the staff, despite tough conditions, managed to finish everything in 1 day. Seeing Joo Eun-ho struggle in the tide like seaweed, Moon Ji-on laughed heartily and thoughtfully handed Joo Eun-ho cold medicine, even giving her his sweater to wear. Meanwhile, with Joo Eun-ho not yet back, Jung Hyun-oh grew anxious and kept calling her, but the calls went unanswered. In the evening, after returning in Moon Ji-on's car, he asked Joo Eun-ho why she wanted to date him. Joo Eun-ho admitted her dislike for Jung Hyun-oh, explaining how, despite her best efforts and urgency, she could never fully have him. Moon Ji-on understood that her dislike was actually the opposite and knew his own feelings well. No matter where Joo Eun-ho's heart was, he would keep drawing closer to her until she let go of Jung Hyun-oh. Listening to Moon Ji-on, Joo Eun-ho felt flustered, but unexpectedly, Moon Ji-yeon suddenly moved closer and kissed her hand. Joo Eun-ho was very alarmed. The scene shifted to a parking management office where Joo Eun-ho became a parking attendant, looking completely different with long bangs covering her eyes. More strangely, she was being called Joo Hyeri. Joo Hyeri told a colleague about an unusual dream she had where she was a news anchor who broke up with her boyfriend, went to the beach for a shoot, and kissed a junior. The dream felt very real and left Joo Hyeri quite confused. Her therapist suggested she try to create an interesting life, such as falling in love, which made Joo Hyeri blush as she already had someone she liked. Joo Hyeri admired a man named Kang Joo-yeon, also a news anchor. Taking the opportunity to distribute parking guides at the news station, Joo Hyeri had secretly observed Kang Joo-yeon, noticing his aloof yet kind demeanor. Influenced by female-centric web novels, Joo Hyeri believed that such a man, though cold to others, would be very good to his woman. However, facing her crush, Joo Hyeri dared not confess, hiding instead until she noticed Kang Joo-yeon getting close to a female anchor. Determined not to let the female anchor steal her man, Joo Hyeri decided to boldly confess, confident that her beauty would win him over. Just then, a group of people arrived at the TV station to protest a mistaken report about onions by Kang Joo-yeon, with the leader brandishing a pickaxe at him. Joo Hyeri rushed in as she passed by, placing a box over a protester's head. She then grabbed Kang Joo-yeon and ran away as the protester chased persistently. Unintentionally, Kang Joo-yeon covered Joo Hyeri's lips with her palm while hiding. After the protester was dragged away, Kang Joo-yeon expressed her concern to the heroic Joo Hyeri. Hearing warm words from the man she secretly loved, Joo Hyeri was stunned and then kissed Kang Joo-yeon. Surprised by the kiss from a stranger, Kang Joo-yeon froze. While Joo Hyeri left happily, waving her sleeve under his shocked gaze. After kissing her crush, Joo Hyeri rode her bike home. Someone called her from behind, strangely calling her Joo Eun-ho. Joo Eun-ho turned around to find her ex-boyfriend from her dreams, Jung Hyun-oh, calling her. Joo Hyeri was puzzled, wondering how a person from her dreams could appear in reality. Oddly, her psychiatrist also called her Joo Eun-ho, and the records revealed that news anchor Joo Eun-ho was her true identity. Realizing that Joo Eun-ho was not a fictional character from her dreams and that she was indeed Joo Eun-ho, Joo Hyeri was shocked. The previous night, as a parking attendant, she saved Kang Joo-yeon, whom she had long adored. However, Jung Hyun-oh called her Joo Eun-ho and mentioned Joo Eun-ho filming with juniors, criticizing her for mixing personal and professional lives. Confused, Joo Hyeri shouted that she was not Joo Eun-ho. The next day, her psychiatrist explained that Joo Hyeri and Joo Eun-ho were the same person, suffering from dissociative identity disorder. Disbelieving, Joo Hyeri noted a scar unique to her, which then disappeared. Despite her doubts, she woke up at 4 a.m, put on her glasses, and pinned back her bangs. After getting ready, she arrived at the news station as Joo Eun-ho. At work, Joo Eun-ho forgot her access card, but Jung Hyun-oh helped her in. Outside the elevator, he mentioned Joo Eun-ho pretending not to recognize him the previous night, which Joo Eun-ho didn't remember at all. At the news station, junior Moon Ji-yeon was upset with Joo Eun-ho over the previous night's events. Moon Ji-yeon had kissed Joo Eun-ho, who felt almost moved but resisted. Misunderstood, Moon Ji-yeon was angry all day. After work, Joo Eun-ho went home to sleep. At 4 p.m, she switched back to Joo Hyeri's personality, styled her hair, and went to the parking lot for work. Excited, she told a colleague about kissing Kang Joo-yeon. As Kang Joo-yeon approached, Joo Hyeri quickly hid under a table. Kang Joo-yeon asked about Joo Hyeri's whereabouts. A colleague falsely claimed that Joo Hyeri had not arrived at work on time. After Kang Joo-yeon left, Joo Hyeri explained to her colleagues that she was avoiding Kang Joo-yeon as a tactic called playing hard to get, a strategy she learned from online novels. It was said to make someone fall deeper in love. That evening, after work, Kang Joo-yeon went to the parking lot again to ask if Joo Hyeri had come to work. At that moment, Joo Hyeri, holding a cardboard box, was leaving the newsroom where Kang Joo-yeon worked and bumped into him right outside the door. Kang Joo-yeon asked her directly why she had kissed him the previous night. He could not find a logical reason or answer. Just as she was about to respond, Hyeri noticed Kang Joo-yeon's eyes twinkling with a smile as he spoke with another colleague. Seeing Kang Joo-yeon so polite and handsome made Hyeri burst into tears. Unexpectedly, Kang Joo-yeon left with a cold expression. Hyeri cried all the way to the parking lot and shared her feelings of unfairness with a colleague. Kang Joo-yeon's reaction was nothing like the scenarios described in the online novels. Back home, Hyeri was still upset and wrote in her diary about Kang Joo-yeon getting angry with her, blaming her own rudeness for upsetting the man she liked. However, at 4 in the morning, her alarm went off, and Hyeri switched back to her other personality, Joo Eun-ho, and went to the newsroom for work, forgetting last night's events. By 4 in the afternoon, she switched back to Hyeri, and at the parking lot, gave Kang Joo-yeon 1,000 paper stars she had folded and left at the reception. The junior anchor, Baek Hee-yeon, handed the stars to Kang Joo-yeon, encouraging him to make a wish. However, Kang Joo-yeon coldly turned and walked away. Baek Hee-yeon called out to him, and unexpectedly, Kang Joo-yeon shouted back loudly, a departure from his usual demeanor. Baek Hee-yeon wasn't angry, but hoped that Kang Joo-yeon would open up so that his wishes could come true. After work, Kang Joo-yeon followed a door marked "Open a New World" into the office and opened the bag of stars from Hyeri, finding a letter inside. In the letter, Hyeri candidly expressed her feelings for Kang Joo-yeon. Reading her somewhat clumsy words, Kang Joo-yeon felt something different in his heart and realized he had often found himself watching Hyeri. That night, back in the parking lot, Kang Joo-yeon again asked Hyeri why she had kissed him that day. Hyeri replied it was for the same reason she wrote in the letter, because she liked him. After her confession, she apologized, prepared for rejection. But Kang Joo-yeon did not blame her. He admitted that his own behavior in questioning her was also inappropriate. He confessed that his mood had been strange since their kiss, and that his anger started when he saw Hyeri crying. Now he was no longer angry because he understood the reason behind her kiss. Hyeri confessed again, saying she truly liked Kang Joo-yeon and that she had been happy during her time of unrequited love. After speaking, both turned to leave, but stopped, hesitated briefly, then walked towards each other. Knowing that night was Kang Joo-yeon's first kiss made Hyeri even more curious about him. Kang Joo-yeon was also curious about what kind of person Hyeri was. She then got into Kang Joo-yeon's car, eager to get to know the man she liked better. At midnight, Kang Joo-yeon took Hyeri to his home. There, he had photos with his brother. When Hyeri asked about them, Kang Joo-yeon revealed that his brother had died years ago. He explained that his mother often fell ill because of it, and sometimes mistook him for his deceased elder brother. Hyeri responded, "The fact that you are still alive is a good thing." Her simple words touched Kang Joo-yeon deeply. She then sat down and shared about herself, explaining she was an only child and both her parents had passed away, leaving her with nothing. But now, she said, she had Kang Joo-yeon. He smiled warmly at this, a smile Hyeri found exceptionally attractive. She planned to speak with Kang Joo-yeon's mother, suggesting gratitude rather than dwelling on sadness. Her words seemed to resolve a long-standing issue in Kang Joo-yeon's heart. By 4 in the morning, Hyeri's personality shifted back to Joo Eun-ho. Waking up in a strange room with a strange man asleep on the living room sofa, Joo Eun-ho was shocked. Worried about a possible one-night stand, she quietly gathered her clothes. She noticed Kang Joo-yeon's work badge on the table. At work, Joo Eun-ho researched Kang Joo-yeon and discovered that the man from last night was a news anchor at another media company. She asked a colleague to find out more about him. Meanwhile, her team planned to shoot a segment inside a refrigerated truck showcasing seafood. The producer intended to assign the task to the prominent Jung Hyun-oh, but he offered the opportunity to Joo Eun-ho instead, leading the team to suspect that Jung still had feelings for her, which he denied. The producer briefed Joo Eun-ho on the shoot, which turned out just as Jung Hyun-oh had predicted. That evening, Joo Eun-ho entered the refrigerated truck to start filming, but unexpectedly found a body inside and accidentally got locked in. As the temperature inside dropped, Joo Eun-ho, shivering from the cold, messaged her producer to hurry and help her. While waiting and resisting the cold, she thought of Jung Hyun-oh, but her pride prevented her from asking for his help. Fortunately, A colleague soon arrived to open the truck. To her surprise, she saw Jung Hyun-oh approaching from the shadows. During their past relationship, Joo Eun-ho had asked him if he would save her if she fell into water, to which Jung always jokingly told her to save herself. Seeing her ex, who she couldn't let go of, Joo Eun-ho felt wronged and asked, "Why did you come?" Jung Hyun-oh seemed unable to answer. After boarding the vehicle, Joo Eun-ho noticed her hands were shaking. Jung Hyun-oh considerately buckled the seatbelt for his ex. Upon arriving at the doorstep, Joo Eun-ho couldn't help but ask why Jung Hyun-oh came to his rescue, despite having sent a distress message to a producer. Jung Hyun-oh feigned calmness, lying that he was just concerned about the production team. However, Joo Eun-ho noticed that Jung Hyun-oh was wearing mismatched shoes. Faced with a clearly worried Jung Hyun-oh, Joo Eun-ho coldly told him not to bother saving him in the future. The next day at the news station, their neighbor Soo-jong mentioned that Jung Hyun-oh was the long-legged uncle from a Korean drama, who, despite the breakup, continued to care for his ex silently. As Jung Hyun-oh defended himself, the more he explained, the more Soo-jong was convinced of his ongoing love for Joo Eun-ho. Recently, Soo-jong had visited the hospital due to a wrist issue. Out of concern, Jung Hyun-oh held her wrist, a gesture that displeased Joo Eun-ho, who witnessed it. Meanwhile, after parking his car, Kang Joo-yeon deliberately passed by the window where Joo Hyeri worked, only to find her absent. At work, news anchor Baek Hye-yeon always kept a silent watch over Kang Joo-yeon, and even asked if he found her beautiful, to which he nodded. Baek Hye-yeon felt uneasy upon hearing his response, as Kang Joo-yeon, known for his stoic demeanor, was not the type to comment on others' appearances. However, lately, he had become unusually emotional, leading Baek Hye-yeon to suspect he was seeing someone. To confirm, she asked a colleague to inquire, but Kang Joo-yeon merely smiled without a reply. After work, Kang Joo-yeon returned to the parking lot, but Joo Hyeri was still absent. Back home, the sight of a cup on the table reminded him of the night Joo Hyeri had spent there, curiously exploring everything in his room. In front of her, Kang Joo-yeon seemed to drop all guards, sharing his innermost thoughts. He also spoke of his elder brother, who had become a vegetable in a tragic accident on the day he attended Kang Joo-yeon's graduation ceremony, an event at which their mother blamed Kang Joo-yeon for inviting his brother. Soon after, his brother passed away, although he had already been selected as a newscaster. Looking at his grieving mother, Kang Joo-yeon decided to fulfill his brother's dream by becoming a newscaster himself, believing his brother would be proud in heaven. Upon hearing this, Joo Hyeri asked if living this way made Kang Joo-yeon happy. With tearful eyes, Kang Joo-yeon, who had decided to live for his brother, had hidden his true self. Remembering this made him return to the parking lot once more, where he finally met Joo Hyeri. Kang Joo-yeon mentioned how Joo Hyeri had left without a word after spending the night at his place. Joo Hyeri, covering her mouth shyly, found the man she liked very romantic. She then asked how Kang Joo-yeon knew she worked there, as he had been looking for her at the parking lot even before she wrote to him. Flustered, Kang Joo-yeon admitted that he had noticed her long before, always hiding behind her bangs and shyly avoiding his gaze while kindly saving him a parking spot. Kang Joo-yeon admits that Joo Hyeri is unique and adorable. Joo Hyeri believes Kang Joo-yeon has fallen for her. However, Kang Joo-yeon says it's not so much about liking her as it is about experiencing many firsts with Joo Hyeri, which makes him think of her. One evening, Baek Hye-yeon and a colleague arrive at a parking lot. The colleague mentions seeing Kang Joo-yeon smile at a woman in a restaurant earlier, feeling they had seen her before. When they pull into a parking spot and see Joo Hyeri, the colleague exclaims that she is the woman. Baek Hye-yeon sees Kang Joo-yeon walking with Joo Hyeri, wearing a smile she has never seen directed at herself. At 4 a.m., Joo Hyeri's personality is hidden, and Joo Eun-ho, the main personality, emerges. That day, the news station's director introduces a young new anchor, Shim Jin-hwa, in front of Joo Eun-ho, praising the newcomer while subtly criticizing the more experienced Joo Eun-ho. The team leader informs Jung Hyun-oh that the director plans to replace Joo Eun-ho with Shim Jin-hwa, on the noon news. Hearing this, Jung Hyun-oh looks worried. The director starts undermining Joo Eun-ho, claiming she misspoke during a news broadcast and criticizing her for lacking youth and qualifications. Later, Joo Eun-ho is called to a review meeting because of a rule requiring anchors to minimize on-site recordings, though she had done it twice recently. Under scrutiny, Joo Eun-ho is nervous. During the meeting, Shim Jin-hwa suddenly speaks up, demanding Joo Eun-ho apologize, claiming her actions have compromised the integrity of many anchors, including herself. Faced with these accusations, Joo Eun-ho hesitates before standing up, bowing deeply and apologizing. Jung Hyun-oh feels conflicted watching Joo Eun-ho bow easily. The night before, after rescuing Joo Eun-ho from a freezer, Jung Hyun-oh had spoken harshly, embarrassed by her. During their past relationship, Jung Hyun-oh was often questioned why he dated Joo Eun-ho, who seemed unworthy of a star anchor like him. Jung Hyun-oh wishes Joo Eun-ho could thrive in the competitive broadcasting world without him. Joo Eun-ho confesses she cannot meet these expectations as she has never been outstanding. They have since broken up and have no relationship. The next day, seeing Jung Hyun-oh and Shim Jin-hwa in a recruitment ad for the news station troubles Joo Eun-ho. A gossiping colleague mentions seeing a woman who looks just like Joo Eun-ho in another news company's parking lot, suspecting she might be Joo Eun-ho's sister, who is rumored to be deceased. Joo Eun-ho warns the colleague not to overstep, asserting her sister is still alive. Years ago, Joo Eun-ho learned her sister went missing during a graduation trip. The police found neither the person nor a body. Afterwards, Joo Eun-ho read her sister's diary, filled with admiration for her and dreams of working in a parking lot. After reading the diary, Joo Eun-ho went to a parking lot and assumed her sister Joo Hyeri's identity. However, as the disguise persisted, Joo Hyeri's personality began to take shape. Upon waking up, Joo Eun-ho often couldn't remember the previous day's events and discovered unexplained injuries on her body. One day, a colleague messaged Joo Eun-ho, having identified Kang Joo-yeon as a famous anchor from the neighboring news station. Memories of the night at Kang Joo-yeon's house resurfaced in Joo Eun-ho's mind. To figure out who Kang Joo-yeon really was, Joo Eun-ho visited his news station the next day. While registering, Kang Joo-yeon appeared behind her, smiling. Shocked by his presence, and coincidentally greeted by Jung Hyun-oh, Joo Eun-ho quickly turned away to avoid recognition and fled. However, seeing Kang Joo-yeon, a man potentially connected to Joo Eun-ho, Jung Hyun-oh was very angry. Joo Eun-ho ran to the restroom of the news station, where her memories began to emerge, causing intense headaches. She broke the restroom mirror and fainted. When she woke up, Joo Hyeri's personality was present, and she was in the medical office with the concerned Kang Joo-yeon by her side. Joo Hyeri had no memory of the previous day. Kang Joo-yeon mentioned the broken mirror and had already paid for its replacement, gently touching her forehead, which made Joo Hyeri feel very happy. Later that day, Joo Hyeri visited her psychologist, who reminded her of her dual personality disorder and explained that once healed, the personalities would merge into one, leading to Joo Hyeri's disappearance. Joo Hyeri, feeling happier as herself than as Joo Eun-ho in her dreams, was unwilling to give up her identity. That evening, determined not to let Joo Eun-ho take over, Joo Hyeri wrote in her diary. At 4 a.m., Joo Eun-ho's main personality appeared and read the diary, which explained her condition and expressed a wish for Joo Eun-ho to let her happier self keep the body. After reading, Joo Eun-ho looked at a childhood photo with her sister, feeling deeply saddened. The next day, Jung Hyun-oh asked Joo Eun-ho about her visit to the neighboring news station, but she denied it. After work, she tried calling Kang Joo-yeon, but he didn't answer. After finishing a news broadcast, Kang Joo-yeon saw a missed call from Joo Hyeri and immediately called back, but she didn't answer either. That evening, colleague Baek Hye-yeon approached Kang Joo-yeon with news that their boss wanted to have drinks. At the gathering, the boss harassed Baek Hye-yeon, but Kang Joo-yeon spoke up for her, resulting in the boss splashing water on him. Baek Hye-yeon thanked Kang Joo-yeon, but didn't want to anger the boss further. After the gathering, Kang Joo-yeon took Joo Hyeri out for udon noodles. Noticing Kang Joo-yeon was upset, Joo Hyeri learned about the boss's harassment and decided to seek revenge. The next day in the parking lot, Joo Hyeri saw the director making a phone call rudely, confirming her suspicion that he was not a good person. When Joo Hyeri hesitated to settle his parking fee, the director poked her with a parking ticket. Seizing the chance, Joo Hyeri shouted loudly, claiming the director poked her chest with the ticket. The incident escalated to the parking lot's administrative department. The director kept defending himself, while Joo Hyeri looked innocent and aggrieved. The superiors determined the director's actions constituted harassment and decided to take legal action. Helpless, the director knelt before Joo Hyeri, begging for forgiveness. Upon learning that Joo Hyeri had retaliated against the director, Baek Hye-yeon approached her to ask if she was dating Kang Joo-yeon. Joo Hyeri admitted it, and although Baek Hye-yeon was upset, she was not jealous and even invited Joo Hyeri for sea snails at a street stall. While eating, Kang Joo-yeon arrived, and the two women happily discussed the director's misfortune. Suddenly, Kang Joo-yeon received a call and planned to leave immediately, but then turned back to ask Joo Hyeri to accompany her to a place. Kang Joo-yeon requested Joo Hyeri's company to visit her mother in the hospital, who was troubling the nurses. Kang Joo-yeon tried to calm her mother, who mistook her for her deceased elder son. Joo Hyeri then entered the room, introduced herself as Kang Joo-yeon's girlfriend, and held the mother's hand, asking if she had been eating well. After comforting her to eat and sleep properly, Joo Hyeri reassured her that Kang Joo-yeon was still alive, a great thing indeed. This warmed the mother's heart, who then inquired about Kang Joo-yeon's feelings for Joo Hyeri. Seeing how easily Joo Hyeri soothed her mother, Kang Joo-yeon grew fonder of her. That night, Joo Hyeri boasted about the rope ring Kang Joo-yeon's mother gave her, while Kang Joo-yeon tidied her hair. Under the night sky, Joo Hyeri quietly took Kang Joo-yeon's hand, her smile tightening their grip, solidifying their relationship. Early the next morning, Joo Eun-ho woke up, puzzled to find a ring on his finger. After checking his diary, Joo Eun-ho learned the backstory but felt irritated and removed the ring. Today was the news bureau's team building day. On his way, Joo Eun-ho realized the venue was a park, the same place where his sister Joo Hyeri had disappeared years ago. Arriving at the park, the innkeeper sternly warned everyone about the dangers of the nearby forest, where many had gotten lost and died. This reminder saddened Joo Eun-ho, who hurriedly left after work. Instead of going home, he went to the forest entrance, recalling the past. He had persuaded his sister to go on a graduation trip, which led to her disappearance. Despite the forest's ominous appearance, Joo Eun-ho entered without hesitation. Suddenly, a strange noise frightened him, and as he ran, he tripped and fell. Before fainting, Joo Eun-ho remembered his sister's reluctance to travel, shedding tears over the memory. The next day, Joo Eun-ho and Jung Hyun-oh co-anchored the news. During the broadcast, a video clip was inserted about a story of two sisters. In the story, the younger sister relied on her older sister, who was her whole world. This resembled Joo Eun-ho's own story closely. Suddenly, Joo Eun-ho began convulsing and appeared distressed. Jung Hyun-oh quickly knelt down to comfort her gently. Sobbing, Joo Eun-ho insisted she had not harmed her sister. Jung Hyun-oh embraced her tightly, soothing her by stroking her back. Under his comfort, Joo Eun-ho gradually calmed down. The news broadcast was not over yet. Jung Hyun-oh gently helped Joo Eun-ho to her feet and handled the situation with an emergency broadcast. Joo Eun-ho quickly regained her composure, and together with Jung Hyun-oh, they finished the final segment of the broadcast. Afterward, Jung Hyun-oh discreetly took Joo Eun-ho's hand and led her into an elevator in front of everyone. Once inside the empty elevator, Joo Eun-ho asked Jung Hyun-oh to let go and leave her alone. Jung Hyun-oh released her hand, looked at her pained expression, and asked if she was sure about him leaving. Joo Eun-ho gently shook her head no. Just then, someone else entered the elevator. Jung Hyun-oh immediately shielded the crying Joo Eun-ho with his body and held her tightly from behind. In that moment, Joo Eun-ho felt happiness. As the elevator emptied, she refused to let go. Jung Hyun-oh then chose to close the elevator and gently caressed Joo Eun-ho's cheek. While Joo Eun-ho continued to cry, Jung Hyun-oh asked her to look at him. She gently looked up, and suddenly, Jung Hyun-oh kissed her. She did not push him away. Waking up at home in the middle of the night, Joo Eun-ho saw that Jung Hyun-oh was still there. Before she could react, Jung Hyun-oh took her out for a late-night snack. During the meal, Joo Eun-ho stared at Jung Hyun-oh, unsure if the events of the previous day were real or a dream. Jung Hyun-oh confirmed that everything was real. After eating, they returned to Joo Eun-ho's house, where Jung Hyun-oh said he would stay until she fell asleep. Looking at her ex-partner, Joo Eun-ho's memories were pulled back to a few years earlier. After dating Jung Hyun-oh for 8 years, she had proposed marriage, but he had directly refused, having told her at the start of their relationship that he was against marriage. Unable to understand, Joo Eun-ho felt that if Jung Hyun-oh never intended to marry her, he should not have dated her for 8 years. However, Jung Hyun-oh decisively broke up with her. Joo Eun-ho had chased after him to question him, but Jung Hyun-oh remained cold and walked away, pulling his hand from hers. Now, as Joo Eun-ho slept, Jung Hyun-oh intended to leave but stayed upon seeing her sob softly in her sleep. When she awoke, he took her to the hospital to address her panic disorder. Joo Eun-ho suggested a hospital she often visited, and Jung Hyun-oh drove her there. At the hospital, Joo Eun-ho talked to the doctor about her dual personalities and mentioned her confusion and occasional memories of Joo Hyeri. She had come to realize that Joo Hyeri's personality stemmed from her sister. Many years ago, as young children, Joo Eun-ho and her sister had lost their parents and were taken in by their grandmother, where they grew up with contrasting personalities. Joo Eun-ho is independent, but her sister relies on her. One day, Joo Eun-ho urged her sister to go on a graduation trip, believing it would help her make connections and live independently. However, her sister disappeared during that trip. Years later, when her sister's disappearance case expired legally, Joo Eun-ho decided to keep waiting with their grandmother. Sadly, not long after, the grandmother passed away. After losing both loved ones, Joo Eun-ho read her sister's diary and discovered her dream of becoming a parking lot attendant. She begged to work at the parking lot without pay, just to sit there. Initially, Joo Eun-ho pretended to be her sister, but unexpectedly developed a split personality. At her request, a doctor showed her a video of her visiting as Joo Hyeri, where she expressed feeling happier than Joo Eun-ho ever did in her dreams. Troubled by this, Joo Eun-ho left the appointment. Jung Hyun-oh, who asked how she was lied to by Joo Eun-ho that she was fine. It then started to rain, and Jung Hyun-oh picked up a broken umbrella, shielding Joo Eun-ho from the rain. Back home, Jung Hyun-oh kindly made her scrambled eggs with tomatoes. At the dinner table, Jung Hyun-oh noticed a rope ring and asked about it, but Joo Eun-ho dismissed it, though it made her feel conflicted. Waking up again, Joo Eun-ho found Jung Hyun-oh still at her place, cleaning her messy home. Minutes later, they went to buy cleaning supplies at the supermarket, tasted fried pork cutlets, and bought Joo Eun-ho's favorite ice cream. This scene was witnessed by Kang Joo-yeon. Since confirming their relationship, Kang Joo-yeon visited the parking lot daily to see his girlfriend, Joo Hyeri, who had not been at work for several days. As Joo Hyeri claimed she didn't use a phone, Kang Joo-yeon had no way to contact her. That evening, Kang Joo-yeon's inquiry at the parking lot yielded no information about Joo Hyeri, but a coworker produced a phone that had fallen from her when she fainted. The phone wouldn't turn on even after being charged. Kang Joo-yeon asked to keep the phone, longing for Joo Hyeri. The next day, puzzled by Joo Hyeri's claim of not having a phone, Kang Joo-yeon sought her contact details from the parking lot office, but they were unknown. Later, a colleague from Joo Eun-ho's company appeared on Kang Joo-yeon's TV station, claiming to have seen him talking to Joo Eun-ho's sister. This was Kang Joo-yeon's first encounter with the name Joo Eun-ho. Online research revealed that Joo Eun-ho looked exactly like Joo Hyeri. Kang Joo-yeon, remembering Joo Hyeri's claim of being an only child, grew even more confused. That night, Kang Joo-yeon took a taxi to Joo Hyeri's apartment and saw her and Jung Hyun-oh returning from the supermarket. Kang Joo-yeon frowned deeply, feeling very anxious. Unaware of this, Jung Hyun-oh made pork cutlets for Joo Eun-ho, who enjoyed them happily. At that moment, they saw a news anchor in his 50s making a comeback on screen. Jung Hyun-oh looked at Joo Eun-ho, hoping he would become such a broadcaster in the future. Joo Eun-ho also expressed his wish for Jung Hyun-oh to always be the primetime news anchor and looked forward to sitting next to him one day. Hearing Joo Eun-ho's promise-like words made Jung Hyun-oh very happy. The next morning, Joo Eun-ho woke up to find Jung Hyun-oh not at home and thought he had left. However, Jung Hyun-oh returned with groceries he had bought. He had bought many food items for Joo Eun-ho, who mentioned wanting to eat pork belly. Jung Hyun-oh immediately decided to take him out for barbecue, delighting Joo Eun-ho, who quickly went to change clothes. Just then, Jung Hyun-oh received a call from the neighbor's younger sister, informing him that his grandmother was injured and hospitalized. As Joo Eun-ho came out dressed, Jung Hyun-oh left hastily and anxiously. Watching Jung Hyun-oh leave, Joo Eun-ho was reminded of their past breakup. After Jung Hyun-oh initiated the breakup, Joo Eun-ho tearfully begged for forgiveness and promised never to talk about marriage again. Still, Jung Hyun-oh remained indifferent and insisted on separating. After leaving hastily, Jung Hyun-oh returned to Joo Eun-ho's house in the rain. With a tender look, he hoped Joo Eun-ho would continue to fall ill occasionally so he could take care of him, suggesting they maintain a relationship without marriage. After hesitating, Joo Eun-ho refused, unable to accept such a relationship and the risk of losing again. Joo Eun-ho then forced a smile and told Jung Hyun-oh to take care, echoing his last words during their breakup. Seeing Joo Eun-ho's refusal, Jung Hyun-oh was very sad. He kept silent about his difficulties. In his large family, he needed to care for several grandmothers, a responsibility that would eventually be his. He was willing to care selflessly, but knew it would be a hellish life for his partner, which led him to choose to remain unmarried. In the car, Jung Hyun-oh stared at a pearl necklace given by his mother when she left him as a child, advising him to look at it whenever he missed her and to become someone everyone recognizes. After she left, Jung Hyun-oh lived with his gambling-addicted father. Alongside, neighbors Ji-win and Soo-jong faced a similar situation with their gambler father. One day, while repaying their father's debts together, a dispute arose when the money turned out short by 10,000 won, taken by the Ji siblings' father for drinking. In front of the creditor, an elderly lady who ran a gambling den, Jung Hyun-oh, the eldest, took the blame, claiming he lost the money. However, the elderly lady didn't believe him and accused the three children of embezzling the money, punishing Jung Hyun-oh. Jung Hyun-oh did not retaliate, but his eyes showed a stubborn defiance. Perhaps because of this look, the old lady did not pursue the matter further. In the following days, Jung Hyun-oh studied and worked part-time, still running errands each month to repay his father's debts to the old lady. Then, a fire broke out at home, and his father died in the blaze, leaving Jung Hyun-oh an orphan. At that time, Jung Hyun-oh planned to move into an orphanage, but the old lady persisted, blocking his way and insisting he continue to pay off his father's debts. Jung Hyun-oh promised that once he came of age, he would repay every penny. Perhaps moved by his stubbornness, the old lady then declared the debt of Jung Hyun-oh and his father forgiven, but on one condition, that Jung Hyun-oh live in her house instead of the orphanage. If he agreed, she promised to support him like her own child, covering his tuition and living expenses. In exchange, the old lady stated that when she became old and frail, Jung Hyun-oh would take care of her. Besides the old lady, 4 other aunts and a bar owner sister were also responsible for raising Jung Hyun-oh, a total of 6 people. When they aged, Jung Hyun-oh would reciprocate their kindness. He agreed, and thus moved into a casino run by the aunts. Additionally, the father of the children next door had abandoned them, and the old lady, unable to collect money, agreed to Jung Hyun-oh's request to provide the siblings with 3 meals a day. In return, he promised to repay their father's debt when he grew up. Over time, Jung Hyun-oh and the siblings became like family with the aunts, and the house was filled with their photos. As the aunts aged, one of the grandmothers passed away. At her funeral, the bar owner asked Jung Hyun-oh when he planned to marry, fulfilling the grandmother's long-held hope. However, Jung Hyun-oh, saddened, felt no woman would marry someone like him. Keeping his promise meant caring for the elderly women, a commitment and a burden for any potential partner. The bar owner knew well that Jung Hyun-oh wasn't against marriage per se. Rather, the woman he loved was unsuited for this life. At that time, Jung Hyun-oh was deeply in love with Joo Eun-ho. He had accidentally lost a pearl necklace his mother left him, which Joo Eun-ho replaced with an identical one. Jung Hyun-oh loved such gestures from his girlfriend, who wanted to hang the necklace in his car so he could see it daily. However, he playfully removed it. finding it bothersome. Now, after breaking up with Joo Eun-ho, he kept the necklace in his car, realizing he still loved her. In a rush, Jung Hyun-oh left his car in heavy rain and returned to Joo Eun-ho's house, hinting at continuing their relationship without marriage. Disappointed, Joo Eun-ho decisively rejected her ex. Facing this outcome, Jung Hyun-oh removed the necklace from the car, finally realizing how much he loved Joo Eun-ho. He then hurried to the hospital. In the hospital, one of the grandmothers fell and was injured. Jung Hyun-oh felt conflicted. He wondered if things with Joo Eun-ho would have ended differently if he had not made the promises to the grandmothers, and if the bad things in the past had not happened. The news station appointed a new anchor for the 9 p.m. news, not Jung Hyun-oh as rumored, but a cheerful colleague. A team leader close to Jung Hyun-oh asked the director to reconsider and appoint Jung Hyun-oh instead. However, the director revealed that Jung Hyun-oh himself had declined the position for Joo Eun-ho. Recently, Joo Eun-ho's anchor position was threatened by a scheming junior. To protect her, Jung Hyun-oh asked the director to retain her position. The director agreed on the condition that Jung Hyun-oh give up the 9 p.m. news anchor role. Without hesitation, Jung Hyun-oh agreed to step down to save Joo Eun-ho's job. The team leader informed Joo Eun-ho, who immediately confronted Jung Hyun-oh in his office, asking why he pitied his ex-girlfriend. Joo Eun-ho knew that anchoring the 9 p.m. news was Jung Hyun-oh's dream. After the argument, Joo Eun-ho cried in the elevator, realizing that her harsh words meant she had never forgotten Jung Hyun-oh. Years ago, when they were dating, Joo Eun-ho had asked why Jung Hyun-oh chose to be with her, as everyone thought she was not good enough for him. Although Jung Hyun-oh did not verbally respond, he texted her simply because he loved her. Joo Eun-ho was delighted to see this message. Meanwhile, gossip spread in the neighboring news station about Kang Joo-yeon and Baek Hye-yeon being photographed during a late-night meeting at a hotel. Baek Hye-yeon explained to superiors that it was not a date, they were just drinking in the room. Kang Joo-yeon apologized to Baek Hye-yeon for the scandal, blaming himself for involving her. Baek Hye-yeon, innocently, was more upset about looking unattractive in the photos than the scandal itself. For Kang Joo-yeon, his main concern was Joo Hyeri, who had not been coming to the parking lot for work for several days, leaving him feeling down. The next day, thinking about her situation with Jung Hyun-oh, Joo Eun-ho hesitantly put on a rope ring given by Kang Joo-yeon's mother. In the morning, Joo Eun-ho rode her bike down a tree-lined path, while Kang Joo-yeon drove to the parking lot, only to see Joo Hyeri nearby. Joo Eun-ho turned around, their eyes met, and she greeted him with Joo Hyeri's smile. After breaking up with Jung Hyun-oh, Joo Eun-ho put on the ring Kang Joo-yeon's mother gave her, deciding to live again as Joo Hyeri. That day, she went to the parking lot under the neighboring news station, where she ran into Kang Joo-yeon. Kang was deceived, thinking the woman before him was Joo Hyeri, and asked about a woman who looked exactly like Joo Eun-ho on a website. Joo Eun-ho lied, saying it was her sister, but Kang remembered Joo Hyeri claiming to be an only child. She continued to lie, saying it was too complicated to explain quickly. To keep Kang from asking more questions, Joo Eun-ho took the initiative and asked why Kang had visited her home days earlier. Kang, looking at his girlfriend, tenderly said he missed her too much. Later, Kang checked the family relations of anchor Joo Eun-ho and found no records of any siblings. At the news station where Kang worked, a dodgeball game was held. Initially, Baek Hye-yeon planned to join Kang in the doubles event, but got a nosebleed in a singles match and couldn't participate. Joo Eun-ho, disguised as Joo Hyeri, brought snacks to the competitors under the guise of being from the parking lot. Baek Hye-yeon quickly pulled Joo Hyeri into the doubles game with Kang, who tried hard to protect his girlfriend, closely cooperating with Joo Hyeri and eventually winning. During a break, Kang's gaze stayed on Joo Hyeri. Joo Eun-ho got a scratch, and Kang immediately took her to the pharmacy for bandages. In the car, Joo Eun-ho noticed her phone in Kang's possession. He explained it fell from her when Joo Hyeri fainted previously. Joo Eun-ho lied again, saying it belonged to her sister. Kang mentioned contacting the parking lot office for Joo Hyeri's contact, but was told there was no employee record for her. Joo Eun-ho claimed it might be an oversight by the parking lot and mentioned Kang's curiosity. Despite this, Kang tenderly confessed his feelings for Joo Hyeri. The next day, Joo Eun-ho returned to work at the news station. Before broadcasting, her junior, Moon Ji-yeon, finally spoke to her. Having been upset due to unrequited feelings for Joo Eun-ho, Moon Ji-yeon declared he had moved on, but then asked Joo Eun-ho out on a formal date, reminding her that they had already kissed. Recently, to protect Joo Eun-ho's position, Jung Hyun-oh had voluntarily given up the primetime news anchor spot. Joo Eun-ho asked the director to let Jung Hyun-oh re-enter the selection for anchors, but the director refused, saying Joo Eun-ho, a less famous anchor, had no right to plead for Jung. Joo Eun-ho then approached the team leader who had been supportive of her and Jung, offering to give up her anchor spot if it would help persuade the director. The team leader said he had already tried several times, but couldn't sway the stubborn director. The team leader's only hope is that the new 9 p.m. news anchor, Jeon Jae-young, makes a mistake on air. It is well known at the news station that Jeon Jae-young can barely speak clearly. Meanwhile, after losing his position as the designated primetime anchor, Jung Hyun-oh was ordered to move from his private office to a smaller cubicle outside, right next to Joo Eun-ho. Their boss also arranged for Jung Hyun-oh and Joo Eun-ho to participate in a joint program with the neighboring news station, which happens to be Kang Joo-yeon's workplace. When Kang Joo-yeon saw the participant list with Joo Eun-ho's name, he was intrigued. As Jung Hyun-oh, unaware, shook hands with Kang Joo-yeon, Joo Eun-ho arrived a bit late. Kang Joo-yeon's attention immediately shifted to her. After the program, Kang Joo-yeon introduced himself to Joo Eun-ho. Hesitant at first, Joo Eun-ho shook his hand. Kang Joo-yeon noticed a bandage on her hand, exactly where Joo Hyeri had been injured. Suspecting something, he instinctively tightened his grip. Urged by Jung Hyun-oh, Joo Eun-ho quickly pulled her hand away and hurriedly left, leaving Kang Joo-yeon lost in thought, recalling Joo Hyeri's contradictory statements. That night, Kang Joo-yeon turned on a phone that had fallen from Joo Hyeri, entered his own number, and was surprised to see his name saved as if it belonged to her sister. Thinking this over, Kang Joo-yeon drove to Joo Hyeri's house. At the door, he recalled the man who had been playfully intimate with Joo Hyeri a few days ago, today's anchor, Jung Hyun-oh. Putting it all together, Kang Joo-yeon confirmed his suspicions. The next day, calling out Joo Hyeri's name from behind, Joo Eun-ho turned around, realizing her lies were exposed. She admitted her identity and chose to apologize. Kang Joo-yeon, somewhat angry, directly accused Joo Eun-ho of pretending to be innocent while lying all along. In his view, Joo Eun-ho had deliberately impersonated Joo Hyeri to get close to him and was simultaneously dating both him and Jung Hyun-oh. Facing the accusations, Joo Eun-ho revealed her dual personality disorder. Kang Joo-yeon reluctantly believed her, but struggled to accept that his relationship was with just another personality of Joo Eun-ho. Joo Eun-ho, sad, affirmed that Joo Hyeri's affection for Kang Joo-yeon was genuine. However, Kang Joo-yeon found it hard to accept. More than anything, he cared about whether he could see Joo Hyeri again. To him, as long as Joo Hyeri could reappear, that was enough. Joo Eun-ho could not promise anything, only saying that Joo Hyeri did not exist in the real world. Kang Joo-yeon objected, insisting that the cheerful and sweet Joo Hyeri he knew was real. He was even willing to pretend today's conversation never happened, just hoping Joo Hyeri would return. However, faced with Kang Joo-yeon's sole hope, all Joo Eun-ho could do was keep apologizing, with no one knowing if or when Joo Hyeri might come back. On the other hand, the team leader was waiting for Jeon Jae-young to slip up, but unexpectedly, he performed perfectly. Upon hearing the news, Joo Eun-ho was filled with concern for Jung Hyun-oh. When they were dating, Joo Eun-ho knew of Jung Hyun-oh's deep passion for journalism. He had even stayed up all night to cover 2 consecutive shows. Even after being designated as the 9 o'clock news anchor, Jung Hyun-oh insisted on conducting interviews himself, never complaining even when bullied by the director. Joo Eun-ho had expressed a wish for Jung Hyun-oh to rest well, hoping he wouldn't overwork himself. However, Jung Hyun-oh agreed to this only to rush off to work again after receiving a call from the director. Joo Eun-ho once asked Jung Hyun-oh why he dreamed of becoming a 9 o'clock news anchor. Jung Hyun-oh had replied that it was because of his mother. He believed that by appearing on the primetime slot, his mother would see him on TV and be proud of him. Upon recalling Jung Hyun-oh's dream, Joo Eun-ho hurriedly called him, but he was already on another call. As Joo Eun-ho reached the elevator, A colleague mentioned that Jung Hyun-oh was planning to marry. Stunned, Joo Eun-ho froze as Jung Hyun-oh turned to answer, but saw Joo Eun-ho watching nearby. Joo Eun-ho felt deeply disappointed, mumbling "impossible" as he walked. Despite their breakup, Joo Eun-ho had never truly stopped caring for Jung Hyun-oh. This preoccupation even caused him to be distracted while anchoring the news, repeatedly muttering, "It can't be," until a staff member approached to remind him. This lapse caused a mishap on the program, resulting in Joo Eun-ho being scolded by the director and asked to write a reflection. After submitting his reflection, Joo Eun-ho contacted Jung Hyun-oh to discuss the marriage rumors. Previously, just mentioning marriage had led Jung Hyun-oh to break up with him. As Jung Hyun-oh began to explain the truth behind the rumors, Joo Eun-ho grew even angrier, suspecting that Jung Hyun-oh might have been seeing someone else even during their relationship. Colleagues had cautioned Joo Eun-ho at the time of their abrupt breakup that it was likely due to another woman. Initially, Joo Eun-ho had defended Jung Hyun-oh, believing his stance on not marrying. However, with the emergence of his marriage plans, Joo Eun-ho felt played for a fool and was utterly distraught. On the way to work, Joo Eun-ho reminisced about their early days together. After a company sports day, Jung Hyun-oh had lingered in the field, desperately searching for something. Just as Joo Eun-ho was about to leave him behind, he heard Jung Hyun-oh crying alone. Joo Eun-ho learned that Jung Hyun-oh had lost a necklace his estranged mother had left him, his most cherished possession. Joo Eun-ho promised to buy him an identical one if he left the field, leading to a comforting moment and a shared meal of grilled meat later. During their relationship, Joo Eun-ho had once ironed a shirt for Jung Hyun-oh, although he still felt it was wrinkled. Joo Eun-ho playfully claimed that she dried herself with sunshine and breeze, realizing she didn't actually press her shirt. Jung Hyun-oh, in a hurry, searched for an iron, only to find his girlfriend pulling out another shirt, already ironed. It turned out that Joo Eun-ho had just played a joke on Jung Hyun-oh, who had remarked that she was really adorable. Back to the present, reflecting on the sweet moments with Jung Hyun-oh that seemed irretrievable, Joo Eun-ho was daydreaming so much that she missed several subway stops, causing her to be late for the morning broadcast. The director made her write a reflection, and now she had completely lost confidence in her work and life. The director scolded Joo Eun-ho again, ordering her to leave the broadcast program. Days later, he removed her from her remaining show. The team leader wanted to defend Joo Eun-ho, but she shook her head, saying it was all over. Moon Ji-on was worried about her current state, but Joo Eun-ho assured that she was fine, only a bit saddened by being removed from the noon news, a slot Jung Hyun-oh had secured for her by giving up the 9 p.m. news. Moon Ji-on comforted her, insisting none of this was her fault. However, Joo Eun-ho was extremely depressed and blamed herself for everything since breaking up with Jung Hyun-oh, thinking perhaps her existence was a mistake. Unbeknownst to Joo Eun-ho, there were compelling reasons behind the rumors of Jung Hyun-oh's marriage. The grandmother who adopted him was diagnosed with cancer and had at most a year to live without treatment. Before her time was up, she wished to see Jung Hyun-oh married and starting a happy family. Amidst his dilemma, a girl named Yin Cho-rong, the sister of a woman who sold liquor and had been living with Jung Hyun-oh and his grandmothers for years, volunteered to marry him. Jung Hyun-oh reminded Yin Cho-rong that marriage was not simple and that caring for the elderly was his duty, but he didn't want his future wife to bear this burden. Yin Cho-rong confessed her fondness for Jung Hyun-oh's family and believed living with the grandmothers was a joy. She argued that taking care of the elderly was not hard for her, having cared for her own grandmother as a child, and marrying him was the only way to fulfill his grandmother's last wish. Holding the necklace given by Joo Eun-ho, Jung Hyun-oh remained undecided about marrying Yin Cho-rong. One night, he urged his grandmother to start hospital treatment, promising to fulfill her other wishes except for marriage. The grandmother confessed that her initial reason for adopting him was loneliness and the need for someone to care for her in her old age. However, having spent years with Jung Hyun-oh, she had grown to truly love him and knew that once she passed, the other grandmothers would too, leaving him alone. Grandma worries that Jung Hyun-oh will be lonely, but if he marries, she can die in peace. Her words left Jung Hyun-oh unsure of what to do. Looking at his kind grandmother and thinking of the heartbroken Joo Eun-ho, Jung Hyun-oh seemed to make a decision. That evening, he went to Joo Eun-ho's neighborhood and climbed the familiar stairs where he had once harshly broken up with her. As he recalled the past, he reached Joo Eun-ho's apartment building but hesitated and did not go inside. The next day, a courier delivered Joo Eun-ho's parcel to the news station, but no one came to collect it as she had already resigned. After leaving the news station, Joo Eun-ho read a diary written by her alter ego, Joo Hyeri. The diary entries from Joo Hyeri were filled with happiness and satisfaction, in contrast to the main personality, Joo Eun-ho, whose entries were filled with negativity and self-loathing. Finally, Joo Eun-ho wrote in the diary as Joo Hyeri, reasoning that if Joo Eun-ho was not happy and was a failure, then it was time for her, as Joo Hyeri, to emerge. Kang Joo-yeon, always thinking as Joo Eun-ho's alter ego, Joo Hyeri, remembered how Baek Hye-yeon once took her for a springy udon meal. Suddenly, Kang Joo-yeon suggested they go eat together again. Baek Hye-yeon immediately fantasized about why Kang Joo-yeon wanted to eat with her, guessing that Kang might have troubles to discuss. However, during the meal, Kang Joo-yeon did not ask any questions, but merely stated to herself that she was fine. Kang Joo-yeon believed that by patiently waiting, Joo Hyeri would reappear, and if she performed well, she could win her heart again. For Kang Joo-yeon, her heart could only hold one person. As time passed, every time Kang Joo-yeon walked past the parking lot, she would stop at Joo Hyeri's station, but Joo Hyeri never appeared. Until one day, Baek Hye-yeon told Kang Joo-yeon that a person can have multiple hearts and encouraged her not to be fixated. This seemed to give Kang Joo-yeon some relief. After learning that her ex-boyfriend Jung Hyun-oh was getting married, Joo Eun-ho took unpaid leave from work and has been absent for a month. During this time, Jung Hyun-oh and Kang Joo-yeon have been trying to contact her, but she has not answered any calls. Since Joo Eun-ho left the news station, her programs have been taken over by other anchors. In her absence, Jung Hyun-oh seems normal, but often appears distracted and lost in thought. The team leader asked Jung Hyun-oh about his marriage plans, to which he firmly replied he would rather die than marry. Yin Cho-rong, who had proposed marriage to Jung Hyun-oh, works at the same news station and has been feeling down lately. Moon Ji-yeon, who admires Joo Eun-ho, chatted with Yin Cho-rong, who admitted she not only likes Jung Hyun-oh's charming grandmothers, but also has feelings for Jung Hyun-oh himself. She lied about her disinterest to avoid pushing Jung Hyun-oh away. Overhearing this, Jung Hyun-oh confronted Yin Cho-rong. He had been willing to consider marriage if she truly liked only his family, but her actual feelings burdened him, as he had no feelings for her. Thus, he decided not to pursue marriage with Yin Cho-rong and hoped for her respect. Yin Cho-rong gave up. Later, Jung Hyun-oh received good news that his grandmother's cancer was improving, relieving him of marriage pressures. Still concerned about his grandmother's health, he avoided letting them drink or smoke. At dinner, he struggled to open a beer bottle, which his grandmothers noticed, attributing his off condition to losing contact with Joo Eun-ho. Meanwhile, Kang Joo-yeon, also not himself, visited the parking lot daily to inquire about Joo Hyeri, who hasn't returned to work. He started watching Joo Eun-ho's online videos, where she struggled in the sea while reporting on ocean trash, which made him smile. Discovering Joo Eun-ho's absence from all news programs, Kang Joo-yeon asked his superiors, who suggested she might have resigned. However, Baek Hye-yeon clarified that it could only mean a prolonged unpaid leave. Disheartened, Kang Joo-yeon spent the night in the parking lot and vented his frustration by punching a sandbag. He then searched online for Jung Hyun-oh and decided to meet him. The next day, he directly asked about Joo Eun-ho's whereabouts. Jung Hyun-oh counter-questioned Kang Joo-yeon's relationship with Joo Eun-ho. Kang Joo-yeon, avoiding his question, asked about Jung Hyun-oh's relationship with Joo Eun-ho, who falsely claimed they were just colleagues. Kang Joo-yeon, having seen them in love, doubted this and pressed further on their relationship. Kang Joo-yeon openly stated that he and Joo Hyeri are dating and in a romantic relationship. This news shocked Jung Hyun-oh. Kang Joo-yeon then explained that Joo Eun-ho has a dual personality disorder, which left Jung Hyun-oh feeling very despondent. This meant that the woman he liked was dating another man without his knowledge. Kang Joo-yeon also felt disappointed, hoping that he was dating the primary personality, Joo Eun-ho, because Joo Hyeri had not reappeared no matter how long he waited. Jung Hyun-oh told Kang Joo-yeon about Joo Eun-ho taking leave a month ago, and asked if he had broken up with Hyeri. Kang Joo-yeon replied not yet, saying he would continue dating her if she returned. Kang Joo-yeon warned Jung Hyun-oh that Joo Eun-ho's sudden disappearance indicated her severe condition. Yet, Jung Hyun-oh was more concerned about her relationships than her health. Faced with this reminder, Jung Hyun-oh could only respond with silence. After Kang Joo-yeon left, Jung Hyun-oh recalled a clinic Joo Eun-ho often visited and immediately went there to inquire about her condition. However, the psychologist refused to disclose any details due to confidentiality, suggesting Jung Hyun-oh talk about his own issues instead. Jung Hyun-oh expressed his heartache, admitting he never wanted to break up with his girlfriend and wished to be with her forever. Now his ex-girlfriend has a dual personality, dating another man under her alternate persona, which made him feel selfish and jealous. Moreover, Jung Hyun-oh worried that his breakup 4 years ago had inflicted endless pain on her, potentially causing her disorder. The psychologist advised him to communicate with Joo Eun-ho as a way to possibly heal. That night, Jung Hyun-oh repeatedly knocked on Joo Eun-ho's door but was met with silence. The next day, he was out of sorts when a new 9 p.m. news anchor accidentally revealed that Joo Eun-ho's sister worked at a parking lot nearby. Jung Hyun-oh rushed to the parking lot to find out when Joo Hyeri had started working there. A colleague recalled it was about 3 or 4 years ago, confirming Jung Hyun-oh's suspicion that his breakup had a connection to Joo Eun-ho's condition. Returning home that evening, while everyone else was enjoying dinner, Jung Hyun-oh went to his room, overwhelmed by the pain he believed he had caused Joo Eun-ho, and cried like a child. His grandmother comforted him silently, realizing he had never let go of the girl in his heart. The next day, a junior at the news station stopped Moon Ji-on, claiming to have information about Joo Eun-ho. Upon hearing her name, Moon Ji-on immediately turned around. In exchange for the information, Shim Jin-hwa asked Moon Ji-on to pretend to date her to stop rumors of her having an affair with the director. Moon Ji-on initially refused because he had no interest in Shim Jin-hwa, but she then mentioned she had seen the missing Joo Eun-ho. Upon hearing the news, Moon Ji-on turned around again. He couldn't be indifferent about Joo Eun-ho. According to Shim Jin-hwa, a few days ago at a shooting location, he witnessed a car accident scene where Joo Eun-ho was almost hit. However, after making eye contact with Shim Jin-hwa, Joo Eun-ho hurriedly fled the scene. Shim Jin-hwa assured Moon Ji-on that the person at the scene was definitely Joo Eun-ho. After Shim Jin-hwa finished speaking, Moon Ji-on, looking serious, asked Shim Jin-hwa where he had seen Joo Eun-ho. Shim Jin-hwa replied that he would send a message with the address. Upon hearing this, Moon Ji-on quickly took leave from work. As Moon Ji-on left work, Jung Hyun-oh was distracted. The primetime anchor, Jeon Jae-young, inconsiderately came over and began loudly announcing something, which left Jung Hyun-oh very irritated. Eventually, he impulsively slammed the table and stood up. At that moment, the phone rang on the desk next to Joo Eun-ho. After picking it up, Jung Hyun-oh discovered it was a call from the police station. After the call, he hurried to the police station where a police officer asked him to sign a document to release someone. Confused, Jung Hyun-oh asked whom he was supposed to pick up, only to be shocked when the officer mentioned it was Joo Hyeri, who had disappeared 10 years ago. When Jung Hyun-oh turned around, he saw a woman with an unclear face sitting nearby, her arm bearing a distinct scar. At the same time, Kang Joo-yeon was searching online for news about Joo Hyeri and found an article about her disappearance in a forest 10 years ago, noting a scar on her arm. The person who returned was not Joo Hyeri, but Joo Eun-ho, manifesting Joo Hyeri's personality. Looking at the silent, injured Joo Eun-ho beside him, Jung Hyun-oh's memories drifted back to years ago when they weren't dating yet. Jung Hyun-oh had asked Joo Eun-ho to a scenic windmill area where she shyly asked if he was interested in her since he always asked to meet her alone, making it hard for her not to fantasize. Jung Hyun-oh openly admitted his interest, marking his first confession to Joo Eun-ho. A month later, however, Jung Hyun-oh abruptly told Joo Eun-ho that he no longer planned to like her because a month had passed since his confession and Joo Eun-ho hadn't responded. Upset, Jung Hyun-oh boarded a bus alone, while Joo Eun-ho, also angry, shouted that Jung Hyun-oh hadn't explicitly asked to date her, leaving her to potentially bring it up herself. Their anger lasted half a year. 6 months later, on a bus, Jung Hyun-oh sat next to Joo Eun-ho again, expressing his desire to travel with her. Joo Eun-ho, still holding a grudge, hadn't forgotten Jung Hyun-oh's words. However, With a gentle tone and a hand on her shoulder, Jung Hyun-oh soothed her anger, asking her not to ignore him in the future. After they started dating, Jung Hyun-oh would fold clothes while Joo Eun-ho playfully teased him on the couch. Now, reminiscing about those sweet days and seeing Joo Eun-ho sitting apart on the bus, Jung Hyun-oh felt a profound sadness. At night, Jung Hyun-oh followed Joo Hyeri home, only to see her enter the room opposite Joo Eun-ho's and sit down, head bowed in prolonged silence. Concerned, Jung Hyun-oh approached her, but Joo Hyeri blocked him with her arm. Feeling disheartened, Jung Hyun-oh went to the opposite room, belonging to Joo Eun-ho, to get some clothes for Joo Hyeri. He noticed the door code to Joo Eun-ho's room was his own birthday. After getting the clothes, he noticed a diary on the table. Flipping through it, he discovered the emotional states of Joo Eun-ho and her second personality, Joo Hyeri. Jung Hyun-oh realized that Joo Eun-ho was suffering because of him. After giving clothes to Joo Hyeri, Jung Hyun-oh cooked her a delicious meal. Joo Hyeri moved slowly and remained silent, seemingly not recognizing Jung Hyun-oh in front of her. Kang Joo-yeon, who was also worried about Joo Hyeri, was drinking at a conch stall they used to visit together. Baek Hye-yeon speculated that Kang Joo-yeon had been dumped by his girlfriend. Without offering an explanation, Kang Joo-yeon looked up sadly and said, "A person has only one heart, and mine has long belonged to Joo Hyeri." On the ride home, as usual, Kang Joo-yeon called Joo Hyeri, but this time Jung Hyun-oh answered. Jung Hyun-oh informed him that Joo Hyeri had returned. Kang Joo-yeon immediately asked to speak with her. Seeing that Jung Hyun-oh remained silent, Kang Joo-yeon shouted uncontrollably. Jung Hyun-oh only mentioned that Joo Hyeri was healthy before abruptly hanging up, not wanting any other man close to the woman he liked. Soon after, Kang Joo-yeon frantically arrived at Joo Hyeri's apartment. Jung Hyun-oh said that Joo Hyeri had already gone to bed. Just as Kang Joo-yeon was about to speak, Moon Ji-on suddenly appeared. That day, to find Joo Eun-ho, Moon Ji-on went to the accident site mentioned by Shim Jin-hwa and visited the local police station, only to learn that Joo Eun-ho had been taken away by Jung Hyun-oh. Now, the three men sat in a coffee shop under Joo Hyeri's apartment, talking about the same woman. Through Jung Hyun-oh, Moon Ji-on learned about Joo Eun-ho's dual personality disorder. Joo Eun-ho was not well, and the three men argued over who should be her guardian. Kang Joo-yeon believed he should be the guardian if Joo Hyeri, who liked him back, returned. Moon Ji-on disagreed, pointing out he had known Joo Eun-ho for 5 years compared to Kang Joo-yeon's 1 month. Jung Hyun-oh admitted he had been with Joo Eun-ho for 8 years and was older than the others, making him the suitable guardian. To care for Joo Hyeri, Jung Hyun-oh even took time off from work. The next afternoon, he planned to take Joo Hyeri to see a doctor, but saw Kang Joo-yeon waiting outside all night. Jung Hyun-oh tried to communicate, but Kang Joo-yeon, undeterred, confessed his feelings to Joo Hyeri. In his heart, it didn't matter whether she was Joo Hyeri or Joo Eun-ho. He just wanted to be by her side. Moved by his words, Joo Hyeri hugged Kang Joo-yeon tightly. Ignoring Jung Hyun-oh, Kang Joo-yeon refused to let go of her, missing her dearly. Watching the woman he liked embracing another man, Jung Hyun-oh was heartbroken. At that moment, Joo Hyeri turned around and asked for a private talk with Kang Joo-yeon. Alone, Joo Hyeri revealed she was Joo Eun-ho, not the expected Joo Hyeri. It was Joo Eun-ho who had been brought back by Jung Hyun-oh, not her alter ego, Joo Hyeri. However, Joo Eun-ho expressed a desire to become Joo Hyeri, having disappeared to chase the happiness her sister once had. Joo Eun-ho had gone to the forest where her sister disappeared 10 years ago and found an abandoned cabin there. Joo Eun-ho cut off all social interactions and lived alone for a month. Sometimes when she woke up, Joo Hyeri's personality would emerge. She would go deep into the forest to feel the wind and the sun, and play in the stream with her feet. Joo Eun-ho believed that with enough effort, she could completely become Joo Hyeri. However, the forest was not always sunny. Sometimes there would be strong winds and thunderstorms. During those times, looking at herself in the mirror, Joo Eun-ho realized she could never truly become Joo Hyeri. On a stormy night, she stumbled out of the forest and was rescued by a supermarket owner. The scars on her arms, a reminder of her escape. Now, Joo Eun-ho gently smiled and told Kang Joo-yeon that Joo Hyeri's personality might never appear again. Kang Joo-yeon said it didn't matter to him. Joo Eun-ho shook her head gently. Today was the last time Hyeri would meet Kang Joo-yeon. Realizing Joo Eun-ho was breaking up with him, Kang Joo-yeon couldn't accept it. Yet Joo Eun-ho remained calm, grateful that Kang Joo-yeon had fallen in love with her, the self that longed to be loved. Jung Hyun-oh was very upset at the news station. Moon Ji-on told Jung Hyun-oh that he had visited the forest where Joo Eun-ho had been living. Moon Ji-on believed that Joo Eun-ho went to the forest to forget her pain and to lose her identity as Joo Eun-ho. In a cabin in the forest, Moon Ji-on found a piece of paper with a hand-drawn necklace, one that Jung Hyun-oh had drawn for Joo Eun-ho years ago, which marked the beginning of their relationship. Moon Ji-on knew that Joo Eun-ho keeping this paper meant that despite everything, she couldn't truly give up on Jung Hyun-oh. Moon Ji-on envied Jung Hyun-oh for being deeply loved by Joo Eun-ho. Jung Hyun-oh, holding the paper with the necklace drawn on it, felt very conflicted. Every year, on the anniversary of her sister's disappearance, Joo Eun-ho didn't want to be alone at home, and Jung Hyun-oh would always stay by her side. Joo Eun-ho would gently touch Jung Hyun-oh's face, feeling completely happy as long as he was with her. Now, Jung Hyun-oh realized he had never let go of Joo Eun-ho. He rushed out of the news station, running towards the woman he loved the most. After receiving a call from Jung Hyun-oh, Joo Eun-ho went to the place where they had broken up. Not far away, Jung Hyun-oh also arrived at the same place. Joo Eun-ho was very excited, and the two embraced and kissed. After many years, they finally reclaimed their enduring love for each other. Joo Eun-ho lay in Jung Hyun-oh's arms, feeling very satisfied. She never forgot the details of the life she once had with Jung Hyun-oh. He felt the same way. Even though he saw Joo Eun-ho every day, he still missed her. Joo Eun-ho had a dream in which her younger self revealed she had a dual personality. She pretended to be her own sister, longing to understand her sister's happiness. Now, Joo Eun-ho's dual personality is healed because she no longer envies her sister's happiness. She realizes that happiness is simply being with the one you love. Upon waking, Joo Eun-ho kissed Jung Hyun-oh. With him by her side, she felt at peace. That day, Joo Eun-ho went to the parking lot where her other personality, Joo Hyeri, used to work. She told a former colleague about her dual personality and was happy to have worked with him. While they were talking, Kang Joo-yeon appeared and still called Joo Eun-ho by the name Joo Hyeri, eagerly asking if she planned to return to work at the parking lot. After the breakup, Kang Joo-yeon often cried secretly on various occasions. He really didn't want to separate from Joo Hyeri. Joo Eun-ho said she came to say a beautiful goodbye. Kang Joo-yeon never saw any beauty in goodbyes. Joo Eun-ho smiled faintly, saying that if both parties give each other enough time and completely bless each other's future lives, then the farewell can be beautiful. Joo Eun-ho believed that Joo Hyeri really liked Kang Joo-yeon, so she wanted their farewell to be without regrets. For this, Joo Eun-ho specifically wore a youthful dress. Seeing his girlfriend about to meet another man alone, Jung Hyun-oh said he didn't mind, but he was actually making excuses, like it being too late or the dress not being suitable for the night. After meeting Kang Joo-yeon, Joo Eun-ho told him it was their last date. Kang Joo-yeon was full of loss. He admired Jung Hyun-oh for having Joo Eun-ho. Kang Joo-yeon was very attached. Joo Hyeri was his first love and the girl he really liked. The time spent with Joo Hyeri made him truly happy. Joo Eun-ho called Kang Joo-yeon by his name as Joo Hyeri would have, suggesting they part as beautifully as when they met and keep the best memories in their hearts. Kang Joo-yeon held back tears and shook hands with the Joo Hyeri in his heart. If parting was inevitable, then he would hold back his tears and not cry. Joo Eun-ho reveled in the beautiful farewell, but suddenly Jung Hyun-oh came running, disrupting the atmosphere. He was worried his girlfriend might fall for Kang Joo-yeon again, reminded Joo Eun-ho it was midnight, and urged Kang Joo-yeon to return to work. Watching Jung Hyun-oh embrace Joo Eun-ho and leave, Kang Joo-yeon knew his relationship with Joo Hyeri was completely over. After the breakup, Kang Joo-yeon devoted himself fully to work. One night, Baek Hye-yeon visited Kang Joo-yeon and asked what he would do if she disappeared. Without much thought, Kang Joo-yeon simply said that if Baek Hye-yeon were gone, it probably wouldn't affect him much. Baek Hye-yeon appears happy on the surface, but secretly cries when alone. Kang Joo-yeon remains unaware of another impending farewell. After parting with Kang Joo-yeon, Joo Eun-ho returns to her job at the news station. Back at work, Moon Ji-yeon asks if she and Jung Hyun-oh have reconciled. Joo Eun-ho happily confirms their great relationship. Moon Ji-yeon decides to step back, now calling Joo Eun-ho sister, as she continues her romance with Jung Hyun-oh. When Joo Eun-ho's computer breaks, Jung Hyun-oh quietly takes it for repair. Both skip work to spend time together, feeling sweet joy. One day, while on a date, Jung Hyun-oh receives a call about forgetting something important. His grandmothers are planning a family photo shoot at home, including future memorial photos. He decides to bring Joo Eun-ho home for the photos. One grandmother quietly remarks, "It's strange for Joo Eun-ho, just a girlfriend, to join their family photo." During dinner, the grandmothers curiously ask Joo Eun-ho various questions about her parents, home ownership, and household skills. Joo Eun-ho answers honestly and generously, also advising the grandmothers to quit smoking and drinking for their health. Their impression of her improves, seeing her as a straightforward, lovely girl. Later, Jung Hyun-oh takes Joo Eun-ho to his room, revealing his family's burdens she hadn't known about. Regardless of the circumstances, Joo Eun-ho loves him. The next day at work, Joo Eun-ho receives great news. The director, who wasn't fond of her, assigns her the important 7 p.m. news slot alone, surprising her. This came after a less experienced colleague performed poorly on air. The director had no choice but to bring Joo Eun-ho back temporarily, with her future performance determining her permanency. Joo Eun-ho prepares well and stands out in the 7 p.m. news, leading the director to decide on a formal audition for her. Excited about her recognition, she shares the news with Jung Hyun-oh. To celebrate, they plan to visit the Windmill Hill where they once dated. As they prepare to leave, Jeon Jae-young hides under a desk, trembling over a misreported story that caused a donut shop to close. He's too scared to answer calls from the shop owner. Jung Hyun-oh takes the call for him and tells him the owner is waiting in the parking lot. The junior anchor pleads for Jung Hyun-oh's help, who reluctantly agrees, asking Joo Eun-ho to head to the hill first. Joo Eun-ho reaches the hill and shares the beautiful sunset with Jung Hyun-oh over the phone. The store owner mistakenly identified Jung Hyun-oh as Jeon Jae-young and accelerated his car towards him. Suddenly, Jung Hyun-oh's voice disappeared from the phone. Unaware, Joo Eun-ho was still at the parking lot, where Jung Hyun-oh lay bleeding on the ground. Joo Eun-ho thought Jung Hyun-oh had been injured in an accident, but in reality, Jeon Jae-young had rushed out and pushed Jung Hyun-oh away just in time. Later, Jung Hyun-oh was safe, but Jeon Jae-young was severely injured and hospitalized. Jung Hyun-oh felt guilty watching someone get hurt saving him. The director wanted Jung Hyun-oh to temporarily host the 9 p.m. news. The entire station believed only Jung Hyun-oh could handle it. However, Jung Hyun-oh declined, citing that Jeon Jae-young was injured saving him and he couldn't take over his position under those circumstances. Joo Eun-ho held Jung Hyun-oh's hand worriedly, but he asked her for some time alone to reflect. Joo Eun-ho agreed, reassuring him that she would come running if he couldn't face things alone. As the 9 p.m. news was about to start, the entire newsroom tried to persuade Jung Hyun-oh, but he remained firm and locked himself in his office. Joo Eun-ho used her key to open the door and found Jung Hyun-oh with tears in his eyes. She hugged him urgently, understanding his fear of someone dying because of him. Joo Eun-ho comforted him, saying that misfortunes could turn into treasures. Now that Jeon Jae-young was hospitalized, Jung Hyun-oh should keep his spot on the 9 p.m. news just as Jeon had saved him. Jung Hyun-oh, no longer afraid, embraced Joo Eun-ho tightly. After Joo Eun-ho successfully persuaded him, she cried, fearing more for Jung Hyun-oh's sadness and despair. Thanks to Jung Hyun-oh, the 9 p.m. news aired smoothly. That evening, Jung Hyun-oh rushed to Joo Eun-ho's place and hugged her tightly. He then presented her with a necklace, the same type his mother had, showing her she was the most precious person in his life. Jeon Jae-young slowly recovered, and the news station welcomed a new member, Baek Hye-yeon, from a neighboring station. Baek Hye-yeon immediately noticed Joo Hyeri and was shocked. Joo Eun-ho explained the dual personality situation. Putting past grievances aside, they became senior and junior colleagues. At the news station, Baek Hye-yeon helped Joo Eun-ho deal with cunning juniors, openly criticizing Shim Jin-hwa's poor performance. Joo Eun-ho no longer tolerated disrespect and directly read out the mocking words of her manipulative juniors without changing a word. After Baek Haeyeon left, Kang Joo-yeon found her desk empty and felt oddly emotional. Kang Joo-yeon tried to contact Baek Haeyeon, but realized she had been blocked. At night, Kang Joo-yeon imagined Joo Hyeri was still with her, and remembered her words that living was good because it gave hope. Kang Joo-yeon visited her mother in the hospital and shared Joo Hyeri's words, hoping her mother would not grieve over her brother's death anymore. Her mother, finally unburdening herself, shed tears and began to move past her sadness. Kang Joo-yeon took the initiative to ask her superiors if she could compete for the 8 p.m. news anchor position, seeking a fresh start. During her conversation with the superiors, she learned that Baek Haeyeon had blocked only her. Confused, Kang Joo-yeon managed to call Baek Haeyeon to ask why she was the only one blocked. Baek Haeyeon explained that blocking her was a way to forget Kang Joo-yeon, who had once said that her presence or absence did not make much difference to him. Given this, Baek suggested they should just meet occasionally for meals going forward. Hearing these harsh words, Kang Joo-yeon simply smiled, feeling strangely about her emotions. Joo Eun-ho went to see a psychologist for the last time, wanting to have a formal and beautiful farewell with Joo Hyeri. For this farewell, Joo Eun-ho invited everyone who knew Joo Hyeri to her boyfriend Jung Hyun-oh's home. Though some, like Moon Ji-on, had never actually met Joo Hyeri, each one spoke seriously during the farewell. Baek Haeyeon was happiest, as Joo Hyeri's departure meant a possible romantic relationship with Kang Joo-yeon could happen, despite her previously harsh words. Baek Haeyeon had never truly forgotten her affection for Kang Joo-yeon. When it was Kang Joo-yeon's turn to speak, he said that Joo Hyeri had given him a wonderful time and many first experiences in life. He was thankful for Joo Hyeri's presence in all these first moments, and for teaching him how good it is to live. After his speech, Kang Joo-yeon saw Baek Haeyeon sweating and offered her his handkerchief. The last to speak was a colleague who worked with Joo Hyeri at the parking lot. However, the colleague had no words of farewell, as she didn't want Joo Hyeri to leave. Joo Eun-ho reached out to the colleague, hoping they could become friends again. Seeing this, Jung Hyun-oh felt very happy. He whispered to Joo Eun-ho about getting married, and she was thrilled and hugged Jung Hyun-oh tightly. Their friends and family were happy for them. The grandmothers arranged their photos in a row at home, saying they would remain sisters no matter if they were in heaven or hell. The grandmother who first adopted Jung Hyun-oh said she liked Joo Eun-ho because Jung Hyun-oh loved her, and because of him, she had never felt lonely or had any regrets in her life. In a restaurant, a middle-aged woman wearing the same necklace as Jung Hyun-oh's mother watched Jung Hyun-oh on the TV news and smiled contentedly. At the news bureau, Baek Haeyeon became the anchor who irritated the team leader daily after Joo Eun-ho. In her free time, Kang Joo-yeon occasionally called Baek Haeyeon, but always hung up quickly. Baek Haeyeon knew that the love she had been waiting for was on its way. On a sunny day, Joo Eun-ho and Jung Hyun-oh visited the forest where Joo Hyeri had her accident. Under the sunlight, the couple kissed and embraced, walking together towards a happier future.